two-dimensional arrays. Let us see some examples related to two-dimensional arrays. Problem statement. To read and print the two-dimensional array elements, or to read and print the two-dimensional matrix elements. The syntax for two-dimensional array is data type, array name, followed by within the subscripts we are going to write rows and columns. Rows and columns. So this is how we need to write the syntax of two-dimensional arrays. Now let me explain how to read and print the elements. Hash include stdio.h, int main. Now I want to initialize the identifiers. Int matrix of, what is the size of this matrix? You can give any size, just I am giving here the size as some 3. So here is a matrix of size 3 by 3, comma, I can also read this size at runtime. So in order to read at runtime, I will be initializing rows as R and columns as C. For two for loops, I will be using I and J. So here I will be requesting the user to enter the size of a matrix. Enter a size of a matrix. So what is the size here? The size of the matrix will be rows and columns. The size of the matrix is rows and columns. Scanf %d address of rows comma address of columns. So this is how we will be reading rows and columns of a matrix. So once we define the size of the matrix, the next step is we need to read the elements in the matrix. We need to understand over here is, whenever we are using two-dimensional array with two subscripts, we require two for loops for reading, two for loops for printing. Now printf, enter the elements in the matrix, or enter the elements. Here I require two for loops for I equal to 0, I less than rows, I plus plus, for j equal to 0, j less than column, j plus plus. So this is how we read with the help of two for loops. Scanf %d address of matrix I j. So this is the logic for reading the elements in a matrix with the help of two-dimensional arrays. Similarly, if I want to print these values, print the elements in the matrix form. Printf, the elements of matrix are, as I said, for printing we require two for loops. For I equal to 0, I less than I less than rows, I plus plus. While printing, you need to follow this logic. For j equal to 0, j less than columns, j plus plus. Especially for printing, we should follow this format. Only then your elements will be printed in the proper matrix format. Percentile D, here slash T with a tab space. This is, we are printing one row at a time. And what is the name of the matrix? Matrix of Ij. Matrix of Ij. Once one row is been printed, next we need to give a new line, escape sequence slash n, which is for new line. So we'll be printing one line at a time and then we'll be going for the next line. That is why we use this slash n. So for printing, we should follow this logic. So as I said, for reading, we require 2 for loops because it is in the form of rows and columns, and for printing, we require 2 for loops. So please remember, for a 2-dimensional array, we need to use 2 for loops for reading, 2 for loops for printing. Now, let us execute this code and check how it is reading and printing the elements. So first, I am entering the size of a matrix. Let me enter the size of the matrix as 3 rows, 3 columns. The size of the matrix is 3 by 3, which means there are 9 elements in the matrix. Now let me input those 9 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the 9 elements. The elements of matrix are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can see closely here, the first element, the matrix first element subscript will be 0, 0. This is 0, 1. This is 0, 2. This is 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. This is 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. So this is how matrix index is also been represented for accessing these matrix elements. So let me print with the index so that everyone will be clear how index will also be printed for a given matrix. So I am printing with an index, that is the matrix of percentile D, matrix of percentile D equal to percentile D. So what are the first 2 subscripts? One is I and the other one is J. I and J are the subscripts. So now you will be seeing a matrix with the index. I am just writing matrix. If it is not required, I will just write the index. That is, in 0, 0 position, what is the element? In 0, 1 position, what is the element? 0, 2 element, what is the element? So that is the reason I am writing here the name of the matrix. As we say, A of 0, 0, A of Ij. So we represent in this format, right? So matrix of 0, 0, what is the element? Whatever the element which we have read in 0, 0 location, that element will be printed over here, right? So let us execute this code once again and check, and we'll be also processing with the internal steps. So let me take the size of the matrix as 2 by 2. 2 by 2 in the sense 2 rows and 2 columns. Totally there will be 4 elements. So I am giving 4 elements, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these are the 4 elements. Now you can see here the elements of matrix. In 0, 0 location we have element 1. In 0, 1 location we have element 2. In 1, 0 location we have element 3. And in 1, 1 location we have element 4. So this is how we can read and print the elements of two-dimensional array. Now let us see the internal steps of this, internal steps of a given program. Now I am reading rows and columns as 2 and 2. Now enter the elements of the matrix, that is I equal to 0, I less than r. Here r value is 2, which means 0 is less than 2. 0 is less than 2. Condition is true. If condition is true, again it will go for this next for loop. In the next for loop we have j equal to 0, j less than c. C value is also 2. C value is also 2. Now 0 is less than 2. Condition is true. Now it is going for this scanf statement. Within the scanf statement, we have to read the element in which location? Matrix of ij. Matrix of ij. So what is the I value? I value is 0. What is j value? J value is also 0. In matrix of 0, 0, I have read the first element. I have read the first element. Next, increment j value by 1. Increment j value by 1. As soon as we enter here, after entering 1, immediately j value is incremented by 1. Now 1 is less than 2. Condition is true. Again it will go for this scanf statement. Now I value has not changed. I value is same 0, but j value is updated with 1. That is, in 0, 1 location I have read the second element 2. I have read the second element 2. Similarly, again increment the j value by 1. Now j value will become 2. Is 2 less than 2? Condition is false. So you are going back to the previous for loop. Now I value will become 1. Earlier I value was 0. Now I value is becoming 1. Is 1 less than 2? Condition is true. Again start from the second for loop. That is for j equal to 0, j less than 2, j is less than 2, that is 0 is less than 2, condition is true. Now I am reading the element again in the matrix location. Now what is the I value? I value is 1, matrix of 1, 0, j value is 0, right? Matrix of 1, 0, I have read the element as 3. Next, matrix of 1, 1. Because j value is incremented by 1, 1 is less than 2, condition is true. In matrix of 1, 1, I have read one more element called 4. Again increment the j value by 1. Now j value is 2. Is 2 less than 2? Condition is failed. Go back to the first for loop. In the first for loop, increment the I value by 1. Now I value is 2. 2 is less than 2. Here the for loop condition is also failed. That is the reason why after reading these four elements in a matrix, we are going for the next step. That is, the elements of matrix are, and we are going to trace how these elements are printed. First, I is initialized to 0, I less than r, that is I less than 2, 0 is less than 2, condition is true. Then it goes for the second inner for loop, j equal to 0, j less than c, c value is 2, j value is 0, 0 less than 2, condition is true. Once the condition is true, we are going to printf message. What we are going to print? Matrix of percentile d. What is this first percentile d? First percentile d is I. Next second percentile d is j. What is the I value? 0. What is the j value? 0. So matrix of 0, 0, we have printed this percentile d. What is that? Matrix of ij. In matrix of ij, earlier we have read the element called 1. So this 1 is printed over here. 1 is printed with this matrix of ij, and I and j values are being input within this matrix subscript, that is rows and columns. I hope you clearly understood it. Similarly, increment the j value and check with the condition and process the same steps. So here, once one row is been printed, the condition will be failed. After this condition is failed within this inner for loop, next we are going to print this new line, which means
your control will go for the next line. Now again increment the for loop I value is incremented by 1, 1 less than 2, condition will be true. Again process the next row will be processed, that is matrix of 1 0 and matrix of 1 1. Then condition will be failed, again your control will go for the next line. Then again increment I value by 1, now I value will become 2, 2 is less than 2, condition will be failed, then your program will be stopped here. So this is how the internal steps will be processed for any program depending upon the logic what you are writing for. I hope every one of you understood this.